What's up, Royals? How are you doing? I hope this video finds you in a positive place, a positive space. You're doing great. You're doing good. You're feeling good. What's up? How are you, Royals? Welcome back to the conversation. The conversation today comes out of Georgia. The white supremacists are at it again, and they feel that they're entitled. I mean, you know, they always feel that they're entitled, right? So let's get into this right here, Royals. Travis, along with his Brunswick retired judicial circuit district attorney investigator father, George, 64, was sitting on their porch or wherever the two white supremacists were sitting. Here comes Mr. Arby, black young man, jogging, minding his own business. He's jogging, he's getting it, he's minding his business. So the two white supremacists, you know, they feel that if it's in a certain area, and the area that they're in seems like it's probably an upscale area, and maybe, you know, to the white supremacists, they feel that the young black man that's running, that's jogging, that he doesn't belong. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, so he's jogging, he's minding his own business. Travis, and I believe he's 34 years old. I'm not sure how old that white supremacist is, but I believe that he's 34 years old, okay? So he and his father decides that the black young man that's jogging, he may be a burglar. He decides to go into the house and get his shotgun. the shotgun, the ones that the white KKK, the supremacists sit with. He goes get his shotgun, right? And they get in their pickup truck. They follow behind this young man, and they yelling at him, and they want him to stop because they want to question him. Who in the hell are you to want to question somebody? And the young man keeps running, right? He keeps jogging because he does not have to answer them. Who are you? There we go once again. These white people, the white supremacists, think they're entitled. And I guess because he's a circuit court retired investigator, he feels that this young black man, the burglar, should stop and talk to him and ask him and answer some questions that him and his supremacist 34-year-old son got to share and ask. No, you do not. And that's what the white people need to understand, that we do not have to answer any damn questions from you. You're not the law enforcement. Who are you? And he probably started running even faster and harder when he seen the two white supremacists in the truck, because he knew that in the back of his mind, I'm just saying, that he probably knew that there was trouble next, right? He knew that there was trouble next. So they decided to call 911. And when they called 911, the 911 operator asked them, what is he doing wrong? What is the young man doing wrong? Like I told you before, the biggest crime in America is being black, especially being black young man. Asked them, what is the young man doing wrong? And that was like about 50 seconds into the conversation. They asked him, what is Mr. Arbery doing wrong? And they said in the phone call, you can hear them yelling at him, talking about they want to talk to him. And by the time the police arrived, I believe Travis, the young white supremacist, he done took the shotgun and he done killed this young man, the jogger, the black young man, Mr. Arbery. He done killed him for no reason. No reason at all, because he doesn't want to stop and talk to you and ask you some questions. Who are you? You're not the police. But see, that's the new thing though. That I've been saying it for a long time now, and that's what we as black and brown people, we got to understand. That is the new that's the new thing. That's the new lynching, and that's the new legal way of killing a black person and getting away with it. It's calling 911. is calling 911 and call the law enforcement, because the next thing they're going to do, they're going to harass you. They're going to ask to see your driver's license, and then the next thing you know, they're going to pull you out the car and put you in handcuffs, and they want to search your car. And the first thing that they say, oh, we smell weed in your car. Well, let me tell you a true story, and we're going to get back to this jogger. Let me tell you the true story. Like I tell you, being a black young man, being a black, brown-skinned person, this is what they do to us. This is what the law do to us. They harass us. They profile us. This is what they do, and this is what we must understand. I'm driving in my vehicle. I leave my house. It's pretty late at night. It's about 12 o'clock, 1:30 or something like that. Why am I leaving that time of night? Because I need to go to the convenience store. I get in my car, and when I'm leaving out, I stop at a stop sign. And I stop for a little bit longer than what you would stop for at a stop sign, because I needed to check my phone. And I forgot to check my phone to see how much money I had in my account. That's something that I just always do before I go into a store. So I stopped for a little while. So he flashes his lights at me, the police, the white supremacists. Stay with me, Royals. Stay with me. So he flashes his lights at me. I bumped my horn at him, because I don't know whether he wanted me to acknowledge that he was there or what he wanted. So I bumped my horn at him, and I continue on down the street, and I come back. He's still sitting there at the corner. I stop at the stop sign, because I already know that he was there when I left, right? So I stopped at the stop sign. Then the next thing I know, blue lights come behind me. He pulls me over and asks me, did I notice the stop sign? I said, yes, I did notice the stop sign. I said, did you notice it? Because I stopped. So he's going to ask me for my driver's license, registration, and all that, which is BS, right? And he comes to the car with his little flashlights shining, with his little trying to look in the car, trying to see what he can find so that he can have what they love to say, a proper cause to search the car, right? So he goes back, and and I guess he runs my license or whatever. He comes back and he's like, well, Mr. Johnson, here's your driver's license. There's a lot of drugs going on in this area. So, honey, I turn at this point. My window's down. I turn at the point and I look at the white supremacist in his eyes, right? I look at him in his eyes, and once again he says, well, Mr. Johnson, you know that there is a lot of drugs going on in this area. So I look at him. I say, okay, so I'm not looking. Are you looking? Are you looking for the drugs, sir? I hope you find it, because I'm not looking for him. And I roll in my window and I go on, and as he's walking off, his little white supremacist ass turns red. He turns red because he's pissed. He's pissed probably because he didn't find nothing in the car, and he didn't smell weed, so he didn't have a proper cause. And then, like I told him, I hope you find the drugs that you're looking for. I hope you find it. See, that's how it all starts right there with these white supremacists. And then they came up with the new John Crave law. Something about if a white person calls 911 on a black person and it's illegal, that they'll get fined $250, something like that. I'm not quite sure exactly what it is, but something like that. That was made by a white person for the white people, right? Because it does nothing to us and they don't follow it, right? Because my thing is, my 911 I thought was supposed to be for emergencies, right? So when you call 911 for an emergency call, if you're not calling for an emergency, if you're just calling on a black person, being in America black, being a crime because, you know, they're in America and they're black, I believe that you should be arrested and you should be fined at least $2,000-$3,000, right? Because it's for emergencies. But see, that is an emergency for them. That is, because that's the legal way they're lynching black people now, is the police force. It's the KKK force. It's the new initiation of the KKK. So this young man is jogging. They call 911. He shoots him with the shotgun, not one, but 2 times. 2 times. Mr. Arbery is dead. He lost his life because he was jogging, because the entitled white people felt that he should have stopped and answered their questions. Because he should have stopped and answered their questions. And he did not want to. And like the 911 said, I don't believe they never answered the 911 operator. What was he doing wrong? Because he wasn't doing anything wrong. He was running, and just because he was running and he was a black young man, they want to say that he was a burglar. They get in their pickup truck, they follow him, and they gun this young man down. And guess what? This happened in February. I want to say around February the 25th, something like that. And still yet today, the white supremacists, the son, and the retired circuit court attorney investigator has not been arrested yet. They have not been arrested yet. They have not. Because I'm pretty sure Travis is going to use his white privilege cards from his dad. He's going to use that to go over there to the district attorney and get the charges dropped. Because apparently George Barr, he's a district attorney in Wake Cross, Georgia. He took the case at the beginning, and then him and Mr. Arbery mom had some words exchanged, so he refused himself for the case. But before he refused for himself for the case, he said that he seen no probable cause to arrest the supremacists for killing this black man for jogging. He said that he did not find a probable cause. Yeah, that's what he said. George, I think it's Bar Hill. You see him right there? Him. Yeah, that one right there. It was no probable cause to arrest him on any charges. None at all. But a black man is dead. The family have got no results yet. None at all. Not an arrest. None at all. None. And the white supremacist is still walking around here today. These two right here, father and son. Retired old white supremacist and a young in training white supremacist. Well, he's not in training no more because he done killed a black man. Which is okay. For as what the district attorney is saying, it's okay. He sees no charges because the young man was black and he was jogging, and the young man's supposed to stop to the entitled and the privileged KKK and answer their questions. Where in the hell did this young man break the law? Can you tell me where did he break one law at because he was running? And then you know they want to dig up. Always they want to dig up things about the black person when they kill them, about the black or brown skinned person when they kill them. They dig up some bogus stuff that just really doesn't even, it still doesn't give an explanation of why they killed this young man, saying that he had some kind of charges back before. I wasn't even really interested in the charges, because what I'm interested in is why this man, these two supremacists, have not been arrested yet. Why they haven't been arrested yet? Because they're entitled, right? They're entitled, and then the retired 64-year-old, Lord Jesus, he was an investigator, so it's no wondering what type of evidence that he falsified to lock up black young men and brown-skinned people and women. Look at your justice system. The supremacists are right there. It's a link, and they all join in together. It's a link, and they all join in together. That's why they haven't been arrested yet, because now they're behind their closed doors. What they're doing is they're brainstorming, and they're trying to figure out a way to get these two supremacists off, with no explanation of the reason why they killed him, besides he was jogging in their neighborhood and he was black. And this young man, 34-year-old, he's not even a young man, he's a damn animal. He's a pink pig animal. To gun down a human being for no apparent reason, because he doesn't want to stop and talk to you. And then they want to say, oh, let's talk about the black on black crime. Well, we do have it. We do have the black on black crime. And it's ridiculous and it's sad. And what I say to that, to the black thugs, gangsters, that want to kill on each other, they need to stop it. And those are the ones that when these white supremacists come up in front of them, they shut down. They don't open their mouths. They man down then when the white supremacists standing in front of them, but they want to go and kill their own. Man, we got to stop this. We got to stop this. We got to start loving on each other. We got to come together. We're beautiful. We're strong. We're intelligent. We got to stop this. But you don't hear them talking about the white on white crime or the white on black crime, do you? You don't hear them talking about the white on the white crime because most of the white on the white crime is their massacres. It's their massacres. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about that because you know what? Everybody that wanted the little old evil pink pig white people that commit the massacres, they're always mental. Always something in their childhood. Take their little white privilege card, lock their ass up, right before you put them in an electric chair, get them some counseling with their little white privilege card. That's what they need to do. But they don't. But they don't. That's the white on white crime that they don't talk about. And then they want to show the massacres and they want us to be so emotional. They want us to be sad. I think the only one that I ever really cared about was the Sandy Hook where all the little kids got killed. That was very heartbreaking and that was disturbing. But the rest of them, I don't care. I don't care. And they want to cover it all day long. I don't care. You have not seen Mr. Arbery's story on the news being covered about the white supremacists gunning him down because he was jogging and they wanted to question him. You don't see that. You don't hear them talking about that, do you? And you're not. Because somewhere in their white pink pig supremacist mind, they did right. They did right. You're not going to hear them talk about that. We got to stop it. We got to stop killing each other. We got to start coming together. These thugs that want to run around here, be thugs and gangsters, and they want to buck up at the other black man or beat the black woman or disrespect the black woman or disrespect the black king because the melanating in our skin tone makes us kings and queens because we're strong. We're strong people. And if we come together as one, the things that we can do. If these little young thugs can stop bucking up at each other, going down the street, getting in a fight and want to kill one another, and come together and use their brains to fight back against these white supremacists, we'll be doing good. We will be doing good. But I'm not here to talk about the white on. I'm not here to talk about on the black on black crime. I'm here to talk about the white on the black crime. The white supremacists, the police officers, the law enforcement, they're getting away with killing us for no reason. Once again, we're back here. We're back here once again. A ex-law enforcement office, an ex-investigator for a circuit court district attorney, investigator. He knows he knows the law. And he knows that he had no business, him and his little white supremacist, pink pig son, getting in their pickup truck with their shotgun, gunning this young black man down for no reason. He knows that. And all of his white friends, all the rest of the white supremacists that sits at the law offices, at the prosecutor office, they know that as well. They know that pig had no reason, no foundation to stand on and kill that young man because that young man did not want to talk to him. He does not have to talk to them. You called 911. You should let the police come and investigate it. But once again, the same thing probably would have happened when the police got there. Because like I told you, that's what they do. That's what they do. The white people, they call the police. And then the police comes with all this shenanigans and end up putting you in handcuffs, taking you to jail if you're having a good day. They'll just go ahead and take you to jail if you're having a good day. But if you're having an unlucky day, if you're having that bad day, they're going to kill you. They're going to lynch you. That's what they do. And we're too stupid to see that. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of these white supremacists doing whatever they want to do to us. And no, I'm not going to march. It's no use to marching, because we march and we come together, and then the next 2 days later we're back at it again. We're back at killing each other. We're back at not liking each other. We're back at not getting along with each other. And I'm not calling the NAACP, because guess what? That was founded by a white man. That was founded by the whites for the black people. See, that's what that's what we got to realize too. A lot of these black organizations to help black people to get justice and to help black people rights and things like that, a lot of them are founded by the white people. A lot of them are founded by the white people. It's a white people thing. Yeah. The NAACP, it was founded by the whites to help the blacks. They can't help us. They can't help us because they're the problem. They're not the solution. They're the problem. They're the problem. We got to come together, guys. We got to do better. We got to love on each other. We got to love our black and brown skin. We got to treat our women like they're queens. Men, we got to treat our women like they're queens. Kings. We got to stand up and be kings. We got to love on our young men. While they're little, we got to teach them. We got to be there for our black queens, our intelligent women, our brilliant women. We got to do better. We got to do better. These white supremacists out here now today, they're showing. They're out, and it's proof that they're doing what they want to do and they're getting away with it. They're killing our young for no reason. Another unarmed black man is dead. There's still no answers for the family. It's hurtful. It's hurtful, the things that we have to go through. And then you got the white supremacist prosecutor, district attorney, has no probable cause to arrest the white supremacist for gunning down, for lynching a young black man that was just jogging. He was minding his own business. He doesn't have to stop and let anyone question him. They're not the police. They're not the police. We're here again. We're here again. In the wake of all this coronavirus and things like that, we're forgetting that we got to fight for our lives. We're forgetting, in order for us to fight for our lives, the first thing that we got to do as black people, we got to come together. We got to start speaking to each other. We got to start helping one another. We got to put down the guns in our own communities. That's what we got to do. And we got to let the white supremacists continue to commit their massacres and kill one another. Because that's what they do. They don't talk about that. Once again, they don't talk about that. That's what we got to do. We got to stop killing one another, and we got to sit back and we got to watch them. Watch the evil pigs kill one another. Because when they kill in mass numbers. That's what they do. And when they do it, and they want to talk about it, and they want to raise money about it, we got to turn off our TVs. Because they don't care about us. Why the hell should we care about what they're doing to their community? Why should we get our emotions involved? I don't. A lot of times I look at it and I smile and I turn the channel. They are natural born evil devils. They're killers. They're the worst of the worst people around. I'm going to go ahead and end this, but before I end this, also, I really don't want to get into this whole coronavirus thing, but I do want to tell my black and brown skinned people, it's real. It's real. And the thing about it, bedside nursing, the thing about it is the symptoms that us black and brown people are different from the white people. A lot of our symptoms are more silent. We're not necessarily always having the fevers. Sometimes we're just having pains, and the pains end up to becoming blood clots. And the blood clots, then we lay down and we go to sleep. That's what's killing us. So when we're going out, please make certain that you're gloving up. You're putting your mask on, because that's what they want us to do. You got to remember, when the virus first started out, it was killing the old white man and the old white woman. You know, those people. It was killing them people. And they were concerned about it. They shut everything down. Then once they get that under control, and it's killing the black people, they want to start opening things back up. They want to give you your little stimulus check and make you feel that it's free and that it's okay. And then we have to watch the media coverage too. CNN, they don't cover the black recoveries. You haven't heard them, you haven't hear them share any stories about the black people recovering, but they share stories about the pink pigskins covering, the white people. They share stories about them, how they recovered, how they're doing good now. They share those stories. They don't share the recovery stories of us. But what they do share is the crazy black man, black and brown people. That's what I say we got to do better. He has all these thousands of black bodies, a funeral home. And he says that he got overwhelmed. So he started dumping them in refrigerators and trucks, and just bodies just laying everywhere. That's the things that they want to cover. They want to cover that because it makes us look bad. They don't want to recover any of our stories of us healing, of us getting better. They don't want to cover that. They want to cover every detail of everything about the coronavirus in the black community that is bad. They want to cover the black people having their corona parties. They're not covering the white people that's doing it. They're covering the black people stories. Because see, that's what matters, because they know that we're gathering together and we're killing each other. It's real. It's real. I'm talking to some intelligent people. My black and brown people, we're intelligent. We're some of the most intelligent people around. I'm talking to you. Let's do better because we know better. Stop it. Take this stuff serious. And watch the CNN. Watch them. Watch how they share all the good stories about the whites. Everything about the blacks. Oh, it's killing the communities. That's the only thing that they want to talk about, because that's what they want. They want us to die. They want us to continue to kill each other. They're not going to talk about the white on black crime. They're not going to talk about the white people killing the black people for no reason. Another unarmed man, young man, is dead. The family still have not got one answer. One answer. It's sad. It's sad. We got to do better because we know better. We got to come together. We got to start loving each other. We got to start respecting each other. We got to start being there for each other. And we got to stand up to these white supremacists that are killing our young man for no reason, because he's black and he's jogging and they feel that he should not been there. And then the white supremacist district attorney that sits in the office finds no probable cause to arrest them. And we hear nothing about this on the news. It's not covered because we're black. And I want to tell you, just because they're white, they're not always right. Just because they're white, they're not always right. They had no reason of killing this young man. We got to come together. I love y'all guys so much. I love my black and brown. I'm proud to be black and brown skin. I'm proud of my skin. I'm proud of who I am. We gotta love. We gotta do better. I'm gonna put down in the description box, RB Parents has started a Facebook page. Please go to that Facebook page and do whatever you can to help the family as they fight for justice for this young man gunned down by two white supremacists, 34-year-old and a 64-year-old retired circuit attorney investigator, gunned down, lynched. And it seems as though it's going to be another legal one. Royals, please remember, stay up, never down. Your haters, let them be your necessaries. Let them motivate you. Let them make you stronger. Let them be the reason why you continue to do good. Until we meet again, Royals, make certain that you're protecting yourself when you go out. Make sure you're doing that. I need you, you need me. If you don't care enough about yourself, think about the elderly. Think about the young person. Like I say, the symptoms are different for us. They're not talking about that on CNN. They're not discussing that. They're not discussing that a lot of this is blood clots that are getting to our lungs and it's killing us. Your blood, your lungs is beginning to fill with fluid and blood. The blood clots are traveling and they're killing us. Sometimes you may just have an ache, or you just may have a pain, or you just may not be feeling good. And that could be this virus. They're not telling us that. Some of us is asymptomatic because we're strong people. And we're not feeling our best, but we're not understanding why we're not feeling our best. And we go and lay down, and it's just a matter of seconds when those blood clots travels and they kill. They're not telling us this on CNN. What they're telling us is the stories of the white people, how they're recovering. That's what they want us to focus on. Like I said, when the old white man and the old white woman, those people, them people, was getting it, it was a big concern. They were shutting everything down. But when they got it controlled in that community, and now that they see that it's destroying the blacks, they want to give us a stimulus check, and they want you to go out there and spend your money, and they know that you're not going to protect and you're not going to cover up yourself. Be smart, guys. Be smart. Be smart. Be safe. Until we meet again, know that you are loved. Know that someone cares. Till we meet again, may God bless.